We started to touch on finger picking and fingerstyle a little bit when we took a look at Hey There Delilah by the Plain White T's. We learned to use our thumb on the 4th string, our index and middle fingers on the 2nd and 3rd strings, and so on. We looked at the hand shape that we want to have. You want your thumb relaxed but out in front of the fingers relaxed in a natural curl, with your wrist relaxed as well. What you're looking for in all of your guitar playing is maximum relaxation throughout your body, starting with your posture, the location of your guitar, the rest of your forearm as it crosses your guitar and holds your guitar down and to your body. In Malaguena, I'm getting a little lazy and I don't write this usually in notation. I use tablature. So these are your 6 strings, as you've seen in very many different kinds of pictures. And that is the 2nd fret of the 4th string. This 2, 1, and 0 constitutes the top of an E chord. This is a Spanish classical song. It's actually a Spanish folk dance that's presented to us in many different versions by some great artists. If you want to hear one that doesn't bear very much resemblance to this, but is just insanely good, you can check out Roy Clark playing it on the old Odd Couple show. In this type of Spanish music, we hear a lot of A minors with E majors. We saw that in our Andalusian progression, A minor, G, F to E. But the song doesn't have to be only in A minor with E as its 5. As in Malaguena, it's actually in E major with an A minor as its 4. What we want to do here is place the 2nd finger note on the 2nd fret, the pointer on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, an E note, a G sharp, and then an open B. These are all played with your thumb. You can use as much of the side of your thumb as you want. You want to catch some of the corner, some of the nail, and you can turn the thumb in toward the strings to a maximum of about 1/3 of your nail contacting. You don't want to point directly into the guitar and use it full on, but you can use some of that nail turning the thumb in toward it. I usually have it turned to about 1/4 degree where I'm catching the corner of the thumb on the strings. I'll be using a rest stroke usually, where the thumb just relaxes off one string to the next. And if you can manage it, you're trying to move as much as possible the entire length of the thumb. Again, most of us are going to move it at least from this knuckle here. Right now, you can just put your fingers on the top string or just let them hang loose. These are all played with the thumb, the P, which is pulgar. So we go, it's in 3/4, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0. Next, 2, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. I'm repeating now. E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B, A, C open, B, A, open, G, F, repeat, E chord. This is from an A minor chord, and then we walk down the scale and strum those notes as tabbed at the end. I've got these 2 strings X'd out, the top 4 strings, 2, 1, 0, and 0 of the E chord. 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, repeat. I learned this in standard notation with all the notes present at once, and for some reason found it quite confusing. What I'd like you to do is learn what you just have here. And then with the M finger, we're going to strike the open E string after each of these notes. So now it gets a little more complex looking. We've got this open note here. There's my bar line after 3 beats. It's played with the middle finger, the medial, striking the 1st string. Once again, we spoke about practicing that finger. We can do a rest stroke to practice it. do this, I've got my thumb anchored, my middle finger on the first string, trying to create pressure from the joint at the palm and allowing that pressure to cause this knuckle to relax a little bit backward rather than hooking like this. We're not trying to pull up with it. So now after you've gotten good at just the pulgar portion, 2-1-0, you can respond with this high open E. Because we're playing all the strings, we can't do rest strokes any longer, but the motion should be as close as possible to the same. I'm going to press into the string, and once I've got some tension on it, pushing it into the guitar, I just come off of it and let it release. So now it's thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb, middle. In the diagram of my hand again, you'll see that there's a V-shaped angle between the thumb and the fingers. The fingers are going to lean a little bit forward so that the thumb can come into contact, creating this angle. I don't look at my fingers, but if I were to, I'd be looking from inside my palm and I'd see them from in here. We're not trying to stick them out in front to look at them. You're not flicking them up or flicking them down. You're putting your pressure onto the guitar string and releasing. Here, as an exercise, I can put all my fingers on the guitar strings, press them into the guitar, and then just as I release them, just let them come a little bit toward the palm of my hand. In this case, it's one finger doing that. It is coming free of the strings, it's not running into the second string, but it's not hooking either. We're in 3/4 time. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1, 2, 3 with the thumb. 1, 2, 3 ands with the medial. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3. Repeat. Notice the minimal motion in both hands. I'm holding that chord in the left hand, barely lifting my A finger when I play the A note, remove it for the G and replace it. Here's the A, C, B, A, G, F, strum. As you get better and better at it, you can hear that you can alter your volume. These are called dynamics. I could start quiet, get loud, go quiet again, or I could start loud and get quieter. That's part of what's involved in your own expression of a song. So that's part 1 of Malaguena in this version, which I got from this book, Solo Guitar Playing. It's a classic that many guitarists have worked through. And we'll come to part 2 of it next time. As I said, there are many versions that you'll find in all kinds of different classical books and online with different players. But this is a nice simple one that works well for a beginner to intermediate player. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.